Some of the most useful and time-saving features in Excel are the options to group worksheets. Hi, I'm Dawn with K-Squared Technologies. In this tech tip, we'll look at how you can save time and effort by grouping worksheets in Microsoft Excel. One of the most frequent Excel questions I hear is some variation of, is there a way to add the same header and footer or page layout to more than one worksheet at the same time? The answer is yes, but the steps are not intuitive and not even covered in most Excel books or websites. The solution is to group worksheets by selecting multiple sheets in a workbook. When you group worksheets, you can print a selection of sheets at the same time, enter or edit data on several worksheets at once, apply formatting such as page setup options to a selection of worksheets all at the same time. You could even move, copy, or delete a group of worksheets. To select two or more adjacent sheets, first click on the tab of the first sheet that will be in that group. Then hold down the Shift key, and all the sheets in between are also selected. We can confirm that these are selected by looking up in the title bar where we see Group. Now this is really important for you to pay attention to because now that you have sheets grouped, anything you do next is applied to all of the selected sheets. If I want to ungroup, I'll simply select another sheet. To select two or more non-adjacent sheets, pick the first one that you want, hold Control, and select the others. So these actions are very much like selecting files within Windows Explorer. And if we want to select all the worksheets in a workbook, just right-click on a worksheet tab and choose Select All Sheets. In this case, if I want to unselect, we'll right-click and choose Ungroup Sheets. So grouping is the trick to apply formatting or data changes or other actions to more than one sheet. So let's go ahead and select just these first four. I'll hold Shift and these are now selected. First, I'll make some data changes. In this example, each of the sheets has the same structure, that is the same kind of content, so that row 1 has those same column headings. It's important when you're changing data to make sure that it would apply correctly to each of the selected sheets. Next, let's say that I want to change this label. And I'll go ahead and enter that in. Now it's clear I need to wrap text. Well, I'll select the entire row for that, and we'll wrap text. And it looks like I need to make a change to the column width. Keeping in mind, I'm changing the column width for column C in all four of these selected sheets. We'll go ahead and make this change. And just so you can see that formatting could also be part of this, I'll pick this cell and let's make it bold and change the background color. So these changes are being applied to each of the grouped sheets. Let's make some changes to the layout. I'll move to Page Layout. Currently, the page orientation is Portrait. I'll change that to Landscape. And maybe we make the margins narrow. This is not changing the entire workbook unless all the sheets in the workbook are selected. And what if we want to add a header or a footer? Well, there's several ways to get here, but from the Page Layout tab, I'll choose Page Setup. That opens up the dialog box for this, and move to Header and Footer. So we'll put in a custom header. I could format this and make other changes. So now this is being applied to, once again, only the selected sheets. And we'll go ahead and OK. And let's look at print. Control P for print or file print. And there's a couple things to keep in mind here. First is that because these sheets are selected, they are considered then the active sheets. And we can then move through those different worksheets. Notice the change to the heading, the formatting. Here's the header. I'll ungroup here, and one easy way to do that is just click on another sheet. Let's look at print from a different angle. And we'll pick the entire workbook. This is the first sheet that I changed. I'll move through and navigate. We can see that we have landscape, the various formatting and editing changes that were made. But notice what happens. This sheet was not part of the group, and so it still retains its original formatting. Make sure to pay attention as to whether or not you see group up in the title bar. If I save and close this workbook, when I reopen it, those worksheets are still grouped. But it could be easy to forget, and I might be making changes that are only intended for one sheet, and they are being applied to all of the grouped sheets. So that is one of the things to pay close attention to. That is, it has a very clear beginning and end as you're working with this feature. However, I hope you can see how grouping worksheets can be a big time saver for you when you are editing and formatting your Excel worksheets. In this K-Squared Tech Tip, you've seen how to save time and effort by applying the grouping features in Excel. How can we help you to be more productive? Please reach out to us for IT services and consulting to support you with Microsoft technologies. We look forward to working with you. Thanks for watching.